Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a story time video. So about 5 years ago now, I was on this website called POF, or Plenty of Fish, for those that don't know. And it's like Tinder, but less hookup, more dating. And this guy messaged me and we were talking back and forth. And he was just like asking me what my interests are, who I be with. If you don't get that, you're too young. And like, I like to read, so he's like, oh, I like to read comic books as well. Let's go to a comic book store for our first date. So I was like, okay, that sounds like fun. Like, you're showing me what you like to do and all that stuff. So I love that. I love that type of thing, especially when a guy plans out the date. I love that. When it doesn't fall on my shoulders to plan out a date, I'm all for it. So he's like, meet me at this comic book store downtown. So I had never been in that part of like Lake Worth before, because I don't live there, like over there. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll just give me the name of the comic book store and I'll put it in my phone and find it. So when I got there, I was like, this is definitely different, but I don't really judge places based on like a first 5-minute look. So I was definitely open-minded. So we went in the comic book store and it was very nice, full from top to bottom with comic books, because obviously. And we were in there for a while just like looking around at books and stuff, and I don't really know anything about comic books. So after we left the comic book store, we just like were walking around the strip part of the area, and we would like walk into art galleries and stuff and just look at all the art pieces and everybody's stuff and just talk. So about an hour and 30 minutes of doing that, he's like, we were done walking around, and he's like, do you want to go watch a movie? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, this movie sounds really good, it's supposed to be funny or whatever, I don't really remember. And I was like, yeah, no problem, because I didn't really want the date to end. Even though my initial opinion of him was he looks nothing like his pictures that I saw on POF, because on POF he had like a full head of curly black hair, and I was like, he looks like that's like 10 years ago, because he was now balding and didn't have curls anymore. He had like, I don't know, he was probably just going through some stuff and was losing his hair. I don't really know. Anyway, so we found a movie, and then the nearest movie theater was 30 minutes away, back on my side of town, or like in my area where I live. Not trying to sound mean or anything. And so when we got there, there was a long line, and then when it's our turn, he walks up to the window and the person's like, how many? And he said 2, which is definitely a difference from my first story time. And you guys know what happened with that one. So he hands over, the person was like, oh, by the way, it's gonna be an hour and 30-minute wait for that movie, because there's already one playing, but you're like they're already halfway through it, so there's no point in watching that one now. And we're like, oh, okay. So he gives them the card, and the person's like, it's been declined. And I'm standing there, like, not directly next to him, but he's like here at the window, and I'm like here behind his shoulder, kind of like to the side. And the person's like, it's been declined. But like, you could tell that they're trying to like say it lower, softly. They're trying to say it softly, and he's like, what? And they're like, it's been declined. Well, like, I heard both times. So, like, how did you not hear when you're literally standing right in front of the window? But okay. And then he's like, oh, could you try it again? And they're like, it's been declined. Like, they tried it again, and they're like, it's been declined. And then he's like, okay. So then he takes it back and gives them another card. And while this whole thing is going on, I'm standing there like, should I take out my card and pay for us? Like, I have no problem doing that, but will he appreciate that? So I didn't really know what to do, and I'm going on with this like mental dilemma in my head. So he gives them the other card, and then it works. So I don't have to even take out my card. And I'm like, thank you for the movie or whatever, because I don't want to seem like I don't appreciate it, especially since his card was just declined. And the movie wasn't even my suggestion. He suggested it. So if you knew you didn't have the funds, why did you suggest it? I don't really know. Maybe he just really liked me that much, that he just didn't care that his card was declined, or he didn't have any money for the movie. I don't really know. But I didn't say anything about the situation because, like, I don't want to embarrass him any more than he probably was already embarrassed. So he takes the tickets, he says thank you, and we walk inside. Because how that movie theater is set up is you go through a double doors and then you have to pay outside. Then you walk through more double doors and then you're actually in the theater area now, like where the concession is, and then all the rooms that branch off to the actual theater rooms or individual movie rooms. So he's like, are you hungry? And I was like, no, not really, which I was, but after his situation I didn't really want food. Plus I'm not really big on movie theater food anyway. I want like actual food. And I don't really like popcorn. So I was like, no, I'm not hungry, I'm fine. So we're like waiting behind people anyway because he wants popcorn. And he turns to me and he's like, you look like your pictures on POF. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. Did you think I was gonna catfish you? I think that's what I said. And he's like, no, I'm just saying. I was like, okay. And then he's like, do I look like my pictures? And I was like, are you, in my head I was like, are you being serious? Because you don't. But I don't want to be mean because I'm a very nice person, and I really hate when people say that they're a nice person because that means they're not. But I genuinely am. Now I feel like I'm not because I have to keep repeating that. But I was like, yeah, you look like your pictures, but you could clearly tell I didn't really mean it. But he's like, yeah, I know I look like my pictures. If you think you look like your pictures, why are you asking me then? So, he's like, yeah, I wouldn't catfish you. But that's exactly what you did. But I was like, I'm not gonna even talk about that because it's not worth it. So, it's our turn now to buy food, and he says, oh, can I have a small popcorn, please? And he turns to me, he's like, do you want anything? And I was like, no, I'm good. He's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, are you sure? And I was like, okay, I'll take an icy. Like, my God. Like, you don't have to keep asking me and pushing me to get something. I'll just get something. So I got a cherry icy, and then I got a straw. If he wanted, he only bought the popcorn, he didn't buy a drink. So, we're now heading to the room, like our theater number or whatever. And, we walk in, and we're the only 2 people in there because obviously it's an hour and 30-minute wait. Like, no one else is gonna come in here and sit for that long. So we're in there and we're talking. It's about like 30 minutes now. So we got an hour left. And I think someone might have come in there and started sweeping, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember. And we're just like making small talk, just talking about random things that come to our heads. And I'm also texting because there's literally nothing else to do. And he's sitting there eating popcorn. So he turns to me and he's like, that's rude. And I was like, what? Because I'm just shocked. Like, I wasn't doing anything. Like, what's rude? He's like, you're texting. And I was like, we're just sitting here, like nothing's happening. I'm still listening to you. I can still multitask. Like, he's like, yeah, but you're not giving me your attention. Like, oh my God, if you wanted my attention, you should have just said that. You didn't have to like attack me and my phone. So now I'm like feeling annoyed. I'm feeling very annoyed because this guy, who I just met like an hour and 30 minutes ago, or like actually 2 hours ago now, is like rebuking me for being on my phone when we're literally not doing anything. Like, if we're on like a dinner date, like I would get it, like it's rude. But we're just sitting in an empty movie theater waiting for this movie to start, and you're gonna get mad because I'm texting while I'm listening to you talk about yourself and you're boring me? Okay. So now I want to leave. So the friend I was texting, I was like, save me. She's like, what's wrong? What happened? I thought you were having fun. And I was like, I was, but now he's like talking about me on my phone and he's boring me because I think he was like some type of analyst or something. I don't remember what he said he was. And it was just like the most boring thing I've ever heard. And I think he was like trying to make jokes too, and I was like, because they were really not funny. And so I was like, just call me and make up something about why I need to leave. So she's like, okay, I'll just say that my car broke down and I need you to come get me. I was like, that sounds perfect. So I turn my body towards him now because I want him to see that I'm focusing on him. And my phone rings and I was like, I'm so sorry, but I have to get this. So I pick it up and my friend, she's like, hey, can you come get me? Like, my car broke down. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I turned to him and I was like, I'm so sorry, I have to leave. My friend, she was driving home from work and now her car broke down and she's on the 95 stranded. And he's like, well, what about her parents? And I was like, they're at work. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, I'm so sorry about this. I feel so bad. He's like, no, don't worry about it. He's like, I'll just talk to the manager and tell them that you had to leave and get my money back. Get a refund. And I was like, okay. So, oh, I forgot to tell you guys that I put my drink down, my icy, down on the armrest between us. He has the audacity to pick up my drink, the drink that he bought me, and take a sip of it from my straw. Like, if you wanted some, you could have gotten your own straw. Like, I don't know you. I've never met you before, and you're going to drink off my straw. Like, it would have been different if we were dating. Like, I met you 2 hours ago, and now you're going to just drink. Like, you don't know what kind of cooties I have, which obviously I don't have any, but, like, he doesn't know that. You know what I mean? So, after he drank some, he's like, you want some? I was like, no, you can have the rest of it. I don't want any more. So, I got up with my bag and I left, and he kept the popcorn and the icy. And I pull up in my driveway, which is about like 15 minutes from the movie theater, and he literally texted me as soon as, like, I don't know how it happened, but it happened so nicely. But as soon as I pull in, he texted me. So I look at it and he's like, it says, hey, how's your friend? Did you make it there yet? And I was like, yeah, I just arrived or whatever. And he's like, hope everything works out or whatever. And I was like, thank you. We'll reschedule the movie or something. I was like, yeah. Like, definitely not in my head though. I was thinking, yeah, not gonna happen. But a few days later, he's like, hey, we never got to watch that movie. Do you want to go watch that movie sometime soon? And I was like, no, I don't think we're really compatible. I'm not really interested in going out again. And he's like, why not? And I was like, I had fun, but I don't really want to anymore. I don't really want to see you again or something like that. But not like in a mean way, just like, I don't remember exactly what I said. But he was like, oh, so your friend really didn't need you to pick her up, or your friend's car wasn't really broken down. And I don't really understand how he got, I don't want to see you again, or how he got, I lied to get out of the date with you, to, how do I say this? I don't get how he got, like, I don't want to see you again from my friend, I lied about that situation. You know what I mean? I don't really know how to explain that, but, like, I don't get how he put 2 and 2 together, is what I'm trying to say. From me not wanting to see him again to knowing that I lied about my friend's car. Like, how did he put that together so quickly? You know what I'm saying? But I was like, yeah, I did lie, because I was like, yeah, no, her car was fine. I just didn't want to be there anymore. He's like, why? I was like, because I just wasn't having fun. And he's like, you could have told me that. Well, I just did. Oh god, I was so bad back then. Like, I just didn't really care about people's feelings. A lot. I care about people's feelings now. It's not that I didn't care, it's just like, I cared about my feelings more, you know? But now I would have just been like, hey, I'm not really, I just kind of want to go home. So, okay, like my personality is like this. We could be hanging out and having fun, and then all of a sudden I've just lost all my energy and I just kind of want to be by myself. You know what I mean? So that's kind of probably what happens. I was having fun, but now I just kind of want to go home. Like, I just feel exhausted. So, anyway, after that, after I told him I didn't want to see him anymore, he started, like, getting mad and upset and saying all sorts of stuff. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, I'm sorry, but I still don't want to see you again no matter what you say. So, I deleted the message thread and all that stuff, and I thought that we would never speak again. Like 3 months later, 3 to 6 months later, I'm not exactly sure the timeline, he texted me, but I had deleted his number and everything, and I was like, who is this? He's like, it's so-and-so, which I don't remember his name, so, it's not a big deal. He's like, we should go out again, and I was like, no, I'm good. He's like, we never got to go out on our second date. Yeah, because I'm not interested. Like, sometimes I swear with guys, like, their heads are made out of bricks because, like, things don't penetrate. They don't comprehend what you're trying to say. So I was like, yeah, I'm not interested. Stop contacting me. I'm done. And I haven't heard from him since. So he got it. He got the message. But I just thought it was so funny how he was like, yeah, I look just like my pictures. Like, no, you don't. Did you take those like 5 years ago? Because you definitely catfished me. I did see him again on not my, I was going to say Rate My Professor, on POF after that though. But I was like, block? Or bloque? Yeah, because I didn't want him to see him. Yeah, so that was my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, a comment, and share with your friends, family, acquaintances, significant others, your dog, your cat, your aunt twice removed on your mother's side. You know, just share it with everybody that you can. Anyone that you see on the street that you make eye contact with. The guy that you stood up at the bar last night or whatever. Your Tinder date that you just met. Like, share it with everybody. Please. Thank you. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you are aware of when I post new videos. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, 1:30, so I'm kind of tired and acting kind of crazy. Yeah. So, turn on the bell. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And give me video suggestions because I'm often I often don't know what to make a video on, so that would be very helpful. And I will try to be more consistent with posting videos, but I literally don't do anything, so that's why I don't have any videos to post. But I will be babysitting tomorrow, so maybe I'll have a video with the kids again. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah. So, that's enough rambling from me. See you guys in my next one.